In this video, I'm going to show the manual classification process for QuantaScan and how we manually classify a point cloud. So this one is probably by and far my favorite feature in QuantaScan. It's pretty remarkable. If you've used manual classification tools in the past, you know that there's like a wide range of how those tools work. You have everything from trying to like reshape a cube or a volume into a certain size, and that's your definition of where things should be classified, to, you know, your more legacy, maybe desktop softwares, so which I prefer and I think a little more efficient. So that's what we've built here. And I'm just going to turn off the noise classes because those red points start to bother me. Where are we at? There we go. But we have a set of tools for manual classification in the point cloud tab here. And hopefully this isn't overwhelming, but it's pretty easy to interpret here, and we'll kind of walk through it. But first you'll see that you're specifying what point cloud you want. So I only have this one loaded, so that's easy to figure out. Source classes and target class. So what you're saying there is when you use one of these four tools, you want points to get reclassified from one class to another. And sometimes you only want to select certain classes in your polygons or in your specifications. So that's what source classes does. So if I uncheck this box, I can specify what my source classes are, and then I can specify what I want my target class to be from that selection. That'll make more sense when I actually give a demo here. So I'm gonna actually remove these edits from earlier. But I'm gonna zoom in and let's find something to classify. I'll turn the point size up a little bit so it's easier to see. And maybe we'll do, this tree, sure. If I select target class of high veg and this inside polygon tool, when I create a polygon and close this polygon with a right click, everything in that polygon just gets reclassified to high veg. So you'll see that happen basically instantly. And if I can click undo here, I can click redo. So we have full undo redo functionality here. But I'm going to undo it, and I'm going to change the source classes to, let's say I just want to, change the classifications of never classified or unclassified, which is basically the white color here. And I still want to go to high veg. So I can do the same thing. And now none of my ground classification points have been reclassified. So that's how the polygon tool works. That's how source classes and target class work. I could do the same thing with this outside polygon tool. So now everything outside of here is actually going to go to high veg, which is pretty crazy. But everything that wasn't ground, because I specified, or everything that was either 0 or 1 class got turned to high veg, I should say. So I'll undo that. And then we have above line and below line. So those are reserved for the cross-section view only, because they're designed to work on an orthographic view. So let's find something that'd be good for that. Like, let's say, yeah, let's do these power lines here. So we have the keyboard shortcuts in the bottom left. You can always see what keyboard shortcuts are available for the active tool or for, just globally. So our cross section is X, and that's available globally to us. Let's just make a cross section. So a cross section can be defined with 3 points. Whoa, a big hill. But I can navigate with my WASD keys on my keyboard. I can zoom in with E. I can zoom out with Q. Just gonna collapse the sidebar so we have a little more room. And we'll click the above line. So as you can imagine, everything above this line that I'm about to make is going to get reclassified. So let's just say we want to, classify to, I don't know, let's just say water. We'll pretend like these wire points are water. I could do something like that. And then I could say maybe the tower, we'll just mark the tower as rail, because of course that tower is a rail. And we'll just, this is very poor because I'm missing the whole bottom of the tower, but it'll show the tool at least, and it's a light gray. So hopefully you can see that we just classified the tower as rail. So that's how these tools work in a cross section. You know, you can kind of get nice and strategic too, because I'm not selecting ground from my source classes up here. So whatever I do right now, I'm not going to reclassify the ground, which is kind of nice, or reclassify those wires when I just use that tool. But that's the cross section, and that's how you can use these tools in a cross section. And let's say we go through all this and we have all these edits. We've done this for however long it takes. We're going to build up this list of edits here. And the list of edits is basically kind of like the last rule wins is how that works. So if I go, I'm just going to do one more. I'm going to do all classes, and I'm going to do it to high veg. And I'm going to make a little section here. And I just classified that as high veg, and I'm going to do it again, this time with, you know, let's just go the other direction as water, just so we can see these colors easily. So the last edit I made was water. So the points that are clashing with two different rules, the last edit wins, and the last edit I made was to water. So if I wanted, I could actually move that edit down. Oop. Or should I move this one up? Or they're both water. I did it twice. Oh, it's down here. Sorry. Okay. If I move this up and down, you can see how I can change the order of those rules that I make. It's pretty rare that you would use these, but it's maybe important to understand them if you're running into an issue, which I doubt that you would. But once you're all done, you can come to the export way at the bottom. So you can export this as a new file. You know, you maybe call it underscore manually classified, whatever you call it. And you could do that directly in the browser here. So I could kick off that process, and this is going to save the whole file over with all those edits that I made here. So it's going to go through and it's going to, you know, chip away at this file here. Another thing I could do is I could send it to the desktop and run this same process in the desktop. So if it's a little bit larger of a file, you could benefit from, you know, reclassifying or saving this in the desktop app just to save some time and maybe have a little better tiling results depending on the size of file and what you're doing. But like I said, we're really excited about this feature. It's pretty incredible to do this type of thing in the browser with desktop level tooling. So we're stoked. We can't wait for you to use it. Let us know if you have any questions, and we'll keep posting videos and showing you what we got.